Hey everybody. So it's 3:33 on the clock today when I'm recording this. I do apologize for any noises in the background. Um, but I wanted to deliver a message. So I was walking my dog and I right before that, I was coming down the elevator and I saw a white feather fall very slowly to the ground. And I found that that was symbolic of listening. So I continued. And as I kept walking, I noticed for a moment the light changed. And again, that to me is the universe saying, pay attention. So I felt like I was being guided somewhere. So when I continued walking, um, I saw two hawks um, flying together, and the female or the feminine one flying away from the masculine. Kind of, I guess they were kind of playing some sort of mating game. And she hid in another tree. And so I stayed quiet and I asked the universe, okay, what message do you have for us? And what I heard from them is that that which belongs to you cannot be taken from you. And so I stayed with that message, and the wind around me changed. So I knew that the message wasn't done. So I just stayed still. By the way, if you hear any noises in the background, that's my doggy, the one I was walking. And and then I saw two butterflies, two yellow butterflies, flying together, and they kept going in a kind of like circling each other. And then everything stopped. So then there was no more wind and there was nothing else. And I knew that the message was delivered. So this is in regards to love. So somebody out there must be worried about the relationship, or must be worried that they might not meet somebody, or that love is not real, or that it might not happen for you. I really received that message very clearly today. And so I wanted to deliver it, that that which belongs to you cannot be taken from you. I had to stay a little bit with that, to be honest, when I heard it, because I'm not, I'm human. I'm not a believer of that necessarily. But what I found interesting was that the angel, my guardian angel, she's used to me being sarcastic, poor thing. And and so I said, I don't know if I believe in that. And then what they reminded me of was Noah's Ark. Again, take it or leave it. I'm just saying the message as I'm receiving it. But what they said, what if something like that did exist? What if at some spiritual level there were agreements made between people to find each other again? Or what I understood was spiritual lessons, because actually earlier on the day, that same message had come across in a session with a client of mine. Oh, thank God the the dryer stopped. I do apologize for all the noises around me, but the message had come in earlier. Sometimes when I'm doing sessions, there are messages for that individual person, and then there are messages for the whole. And there was again this message of trusting, but like trusting the connections and the agreements that two souls make prior to coming to Earth. So there's a message coming across about understanding that we make agreements with each other at a spiritual level, and that there are bonds that cannot be broken, is what I just heard from the angels. There are bonds that cannot be broken. And it's interesting because the example that they're giving me is, if you've ever had a friend or somebody that you know that you haven't seen for a long time, and then you encounter them again, and it's almost like you never like stop talking to each other. It just kind of gained strength from the last place where both of you were. That's the same kind of energy that they're giving me. When two souls find each other again, the strength of the bond between them awakens again. So sometimes you might feel like, oh, that person feels very familiar to me, and it's the very first time that you're meeting them. Yeah, because you've met them before. Your soul at some level met them before. So even if reincarnation wasn't true, which, as a psychic skeptic, I have to admit it could be possible, but some part of you knows them. Some part of you feels like, that feels familiar to me in some sort of way. And it's something that is beyond the mind. It's something where the heart is leading. And again, they were showing me a poem that I wrote about love, about butterflies. But more importantly than the message of love in that poem for me was that there is this unspoken like energy that brings people together, that brings energies together, that is divinely guided. And in the same way, the hawks, that were flying together today, um, there was an energy attracting them to each other. And same thing with the butterflies that were dancing with each other. That same energy was attracting them together. So there is this magical bond, this energy that exists in the universe that is guiding you to what belongs to you, to the love that belongs to you, to the love that is promised in this particular lifetime. And it's beyond like I don't want to romanticize it. I don't. It's not about that. If somebody is meant for you, if something or someone is meant for you, the divine will lead you to it, or the divine will assist the other person to find you. When something is in the schedule, let's put it that way, of a soul's development or a soul's evolution, it will be so because the divine wants it to be so. And again, giving myself as an example today with the feather, when the elevator was coming down and the feather fell, I knew, okay, this is the universe letting me know that they're with me and that I'm not alone. So that made me feel safe. So I was grateful for that. So I was going down the elevator. And then as I continued walking, the light around us as we were walking, again, I felt that sense of protection and safety and guidance. And so there are these moments, and I'm sorry if I might be jumping from one thing to another, but I honestly didn't script this. I just want to share this with you because I do think that there's something here bigger than just for me. And so when I felt the light around us both, it was like the divine protecting us, but also the divine highlighting, pay attention to this moment in time. So notice in your daily life, when there are changes in the atmosphere, when something inside of you says pause and pay attention, these are some of the small ways that God, the universe, speaks to each of us and tells us, pay attention because I'm about to speak. God, the universe speaks to all who are willing to listen. That was the other message that I myself asked if I could share right now. And they're giving me that permission, excuse me, to share with you. And which I am, which is God speaks to all of us. There is no reader that's more special. There is no psychic that is more special. We are all vessels of grace. And we all have these moments when we feel that connection to the divine, when if we listen, we become the vessel for another human being, as I'm doing now. And you become a vessel for your own life, where you receive direct guidance from the angels and from God. And so what happened today for me was a moment of listening, was a moment of hearing, was a moment of paying attention. And I wanted to share that with you because I actually think that this message is not just for me, but this message is for all of us, that when something is yours, meaning when something is destined to be from the core of your being, from the willingness of grace, from what is written, it will be so. And so we're asked to trust. And the timing is interesting because I found it interesting with the hawks because I bet that they were trying to mate or something like that. And she was like, no, not today. And and so it's like the timing wasn't perfect for them. And yet the attraction is there, the connection is there. And she kept kind of waiting for him and he kept kind of looking at her, which was kind of interesting. And so it's trust the dance. I almost got that feeling of like trust the dance and the magic of life, and that the beauty of the unfolding of finding a soulmate, if you're looking for a soulmate, of allowing your soulmate to find you, of more importantly than that, allowing your divine contract, your divine connection with God to unfold. One of the most powerful gifts for me in the work that I do is having this one-on-one connection with God, having this one-on-one like relationship where you can talk to the universe and the universe can talk to you, and you are never alone. And so the most powerful thing that I find in moments like that is for you to see. It almost feels like, see, yes, you can. See, yes, we can. Yes, we are with you. Yes, we're speaking to you. You have these signs. You see numbers. You see songs. You're thinking of someone, and all of a sudden something pops that reminds you of that person, or you feel them and you don't know how, but you do. These are the ways that that same magic within the butterflies and the hawks shows up. Bonds are beyond the physical. It's something energetic because we ourselves are made of energy. Our atoms are made of energy. Our subatomic particles are made of energy. How could we not think that that energy speaks and communicates with each other? You know, maybe we don't have the proof yet, but there was a long time ago that there wasn't proof that some atomic particles were real. And so someday there will be proof when the holy ones up there want us to have proof that they're real. There will be. You know, and in the meantime, there is this trust that we can have of what we know, and of what we see and of what we experience, that the divine is showing each of us on a regular basis, on a daily basis, if we listen, that there are messages and that there is guidance and that you are not alone, and that that which belongs to you will be given to you. That person that is meant to walk with you in your path for however long that is. Because sometimes we have agreements of spending a whole lifetime with one particular person. I know one of my most amazing teachers, she met her husband when she was 14 and he was 16, 17, and they were married till she died in her 70s or 60s, something like that. And sometimes you have those agreements, and sometimes you have the agreements of just meeting for a period of time. And it is the most amazing time of the two butterflies dancing together, and you learn your lesson and you move on. Whatever that agreement is, that you come to a place of recognizing from a soul level what that serves in your life. So if you take anything from my babbling today, my sharing this unscripted message, is that the universe is always speaking to you, that which your soul knows to be will be, that you have direct connection with your angels, guides, and God, and that if you listen, every moment of your life is guided. Every moment of your life can be guided. Every moment of your life can be lived by your soul. So what if you already know that you have a soul, you started living as what you know to be, that you have a soul, and that this soul has a purpose, and that this soul has a mission, whatever that might be, and that you begin to live it. Just like within the seed of a tree is already all of its potential, so within you is already written your potential. So now it's just a matter of you listening and following and growing and becoming. So I hope that this was helpful. I hope that this message gives you hope and that you take something out of it. I felt very strongly when I was walking my dog back. Like I was like, oh my God, I need to record this. Even if I'm like with my stained shirt, whatever, it doesn't matter. I don't know why the angels keep doing this, that they give me messages for you guys when I'm like looking like, you know, but whatever. But it is what it is. I find it funny, so that's probably why they do it, you know, that I don't script things or that I don't prepare things. That's one last thing I'm gonna leave you with. Let's let go of the perfectionism. There's nothing perfect. You know, let's just do whatever we can. That's spiritual lesson I'm having to learn. Do what you can. Stop trying to be perfect. So I hope that this was helpful, you guys. And I hope that you keep watching my show. And if you can, please like and subscribe just so I can continue to make videos. Okay. So I send you many blessings and take care.